And now a Mexico moment with Nate and Alexis.
Happy Friday, fuckers. It's another Mexico moment with Nate and Alexis. I'm your host, Nate, and this is my wife, Alexis.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And this is episode number 18.
Very nice.
Yeah, today is Friday, July 14th. Tomorrow is my birthday.
Woohoo! Feliz cumpleaños.
Gracias. Yeah, so this, we actually recorded this before I left because if you've seen my social media, I'm currently in Europe right now.
Oh, I miss you so much.
Okay. Just a prequel. Oh, man. But
a premise.
Yeah, so this trip kind of came up. I'm just going to kind of run through where I'm going, what I'm doing, why it's happening, the whole who, what, when, where, why thing.
Extensive. You're a good planner.
Oh, yeah. And it
planner and traveler.
Super stressful. So hopefully I'm having a good time at this point.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Because whenever you do like a multi-city trip, like as we did in Greece and Egypt, it's like planning micro vacations.
There's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, because you wherever you're at, like let's say you pick a couple cities. First one, you got to find a place to stay. You got to find the things to do in that city. Whether you're flying or taking a bus or a train or whatever, you got to make sure you're kind of close or at least know where these stations are.
All the transportation.
And then and if you're going to the next city, you got to make sure you have the stuff in that city. So that's like a whole nother little vacation. So we are going to, I think, 8 or 9 countries. So this is a 12-day trip, and I think 2 of them are travel days, so maybe 10.
Still good.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah.
It's all guys. So
yeah.
You guys can move.
Yeah, and it's great. I love these guys. These were my buddies that I went to Egypt with 2 years ago, and they're engineers. They're electrical and mechanical engineers. So they're very good at problem solving, and I'm no engineer, but I love to travel and actually I think probably being like a computer programmer or writing code or whatever definitely helps me in this type of situation as well, because it kind of makes you think like analytically and like, okay, like you can't do this until you do that, and you can't figure that out until you do this previous step, so
I'm happy all 3-4 of you are very smart. Very organized, have good intentions, so you guys are gonna have a really good time.
Yeah, and my buddy Frank, I've known him forever, so as you have, and he was in my wedding. He was one of the groomsmen.
Love Frank the Tank.
Yeah, Frank the Tank. And then my other buddy Dom, and I actually met him. He's a coworker of Frank, and I met him when we went to Egypt. So I'd never even met him before.
Yeah, that's right. You went to Egypt with 3 guys, 2 which you had never met, right?
Yeah. And one of the other guys that went to Egypt, he couldn't make it on this trip, so probably the next one. But yeah, so they approached me about, they were like, hey, we're thinking about doing some kind of guys trip this summer. Like, are you in? We don't really know where we're going yet. So we're the type of guys, especially for Egypt, and now this trip, we have been having weekly Zoom meetings, PowerPoint presentations, maps, PDF, slides, like all this is a fucking business proposal.
You guys you were even more organized for Egypt, or more, like the planning was more extensive, I guess, because it was Egypt.
We went the whole country.
Europe is a little easier, or not easier, but a little, I don't know what you want to call it.
It's more accessible. Like obviously there's trains and buses and planes and everything like that. Like Egypt was more not off the grid, but it's like
off
a third
beaten path,
it's like a third world country, so it's not as organized as maybe Europe is, but even so, it's still hard to figure out, bouncing around from these cities, how do you get from this one to this one, and then this doesn't line up with this. And then also one of the things that hopefully we're figuring out by this point is, like, you get into a city, let's say at 9 a.m., you usually can't check into your Airbnb or hotel or hostel till like 3?
Yeah.
2, 3. So then it's like, what do you do with your bag? So, there's a lot of things like, so we're doing only carry-ons. I found out the hard way. I packed too heavy for Egypt the first time. So we're going only carry-on, because you and I did that in Greece.
It worked out really well, especially with all the stairs. Our nice little, I don't even know what they are. We got them at Walmart, like hiking packs, and they were a blessing. Very easy to carry. We still brought too much stuff to Greece. We didn't need half of it. So this has been, pre-travel plans for you for this trip.
Yeah, exactly.
You know exactly what to bring.
And so we decided we wanted to do kind of like Europe, but like more like Eastern Europe.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when we started. We all brainstormed cities. We looked at positives and negatives, or like like things you could do and couldn't do. They're like, it doesn't look like there's a ton to do in this city. Let's nix it. We're only going to go to this one, or it's not going. This city's not going to work out, so we'll do that one. But it also happened to work out where this trip is over my 40th birthday.
Yes.
And yet my birthday is tomorrow. So yeah, it is my 40th.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Gracias.
I'll just keep saying
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So it just worked out really well. And so we got in on the 11th. Yes, we got into Brussels. So we flew into Brussels on the 11th, and we spent the day in Belgium. And then
Lovely.
the next day, then we went to Frankfurt. So we took a train in the morning from Brussels to Frankfurt.
Where Frank is from.
Yep,
Just
yep,
kidding.
the home of the Franks, the Furt tanks.
Wherever Frank is made, it's
Yeah.
right there.
And then from there, we flew to Split, Croatia,
Okay.
which is, I think, technically where we are right now.
I think
No, actually, that was the 13th.
Oh.
So we spent the 12th in Frankfurt, Germany, and then we flew to Split, Croatia on the 13th. Spent the day there, and then the goal was to get to Dubrovnik, Croatia. And
Are you making up these names?
no, I am not.
Dude, bro,
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah. Well, and then it's funny because we didn't know how to say it at first because we were just called it Dude Bro.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah. So how are we getting to Dude Bro? And I think it's Dubrovnik actually, but it's spelled Dubrovnik.
I like
So
Dude Bro.
it looks like Dude Bro to me,
Yeah.
Dubrovnik.
Perfect.
But we couldn't. There's like not a major. There's an airport there, but it doesn't fly. There's not a ton of flights there. It's a smaller airport, and it's kind of expensive to go from like a larger city or whatever. So from Split, Croatia, we spent the day there, and then we took a boat, like a ferry boat that goes between these islands in the Adriatic Sea.
Oh God.
Yeah. And like 4 hour tour.
Croatia tour.
Yeah.
Croatia's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to hear about that. and see
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
pictures.
excited because a lot of Europe is, we're going to be seeing a lot of museums and architecture and sculptures and eating the food and stuff. But the Croatia leg of this is mainly like beautiful sceneries
Yeah, the
and
landscapes and
some
water.
water. Yeah. And so we took the ferry, or not the ferry. It's like it's a boat.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess technically it's a ferry, but it's not like the Cozumel one where it's just like going 30 minutes across.
Yeah.
This is like a 4-hour thing, and it stops at all these islands in the ocean or in the sea.
Like the big ones in Greece.
And then, so we're spending my birthday in Dubrovnik.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And tomorrow we're waking up 8 a.m. and we're kayaking to this place called Cave Beach. And this city is, I don't know, it's like the 13th or 14th century, but it's a walled city, like on the ocean. So like a walled castle,
Very
basically.
cool.
I mean, it's not a castle, but it has a castle and like a fort. And
There is a castle.
yeah, but like I'm just saying the whole thing isn't a castle.
Yeah.
Actually, the old town, the walled city that we're staying in is King's Landing from Game of Thrones.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, so it's where they filmed Game of Thrones. This
Love
is
it.
King's Landing. This is the city. So we get up tomorrow morning. We're going to go to the kayak, and there's a cave. Like, it looks like it's kind of like on the walled shore outside of the city, and it's this beach, and it's called Cave Beach, or I think it's called Ballina Beach or something like that. But you can only get there by kayak or boat or whatever.
Cool.
So we're doing this kayak tour, and we're going to go to this cave beach for a little while.
Very cool.
And then when we get back, we're doing the Game of Thrones walking tour. So we're going to see like the Red Keep and Blackwater Bay. And I guess there's like the throne from Game of Thrones is still there.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So
Take
we're
a
going to
picture
see.
with that.
Yeah. So it's pretty fucking cool.
Dragons? Any dragons?
I hope so. Maybe some sea dragons.
Maybe dragons and the blonde lady.
Yeah,
I forgot
yeah.
her name already.
Actually, in Split, there's a fort there, or fort castle type thing, and it was the city of Marine in Game of Thrones. Like I think it's season 3 and 4, and I think it's where was it Khaleesi?
Yeah, that's it.
Her
yeah.
and who was the guys that she had? Like remember the Grey Worm guy? Like
oh yeah.
They're all like they all cut their dicks off or something.
Oh Jesus!
Remember, or
yeah,
like
yeah.
they like
those
castrated.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah, they were just warriors.
I don't remember where they were from, but yeah. Yeah.
So I'll show you pictures of it, but that's in Split. That's another location. So like
Very
all
cool.
along here is like different locations they filmed Game of Thrones at. So
Of course, all the scene, like, and all the episodes are just
Yeah.
gorgeous. It's
so
gonna be great.
and then after we do the Game of Thrones tour, we're just gonna go get some lunch and some beers, basically for my
Nice.
birthday. The only thing that kind of is unfortunate is we just the way our itinerary is working. We're flying out the evening of my birthday, so. On my birthday, we're gonna do these 2 things and then get some lunch and beers, and then we got to go to the airport at like 5:30 because we fly from the little airport in Dubrovnik to Zagreb, Croatia. That is up kind of further north in the mainland.
Oh gosh.
And we get in, I can't remember, like 9 or 10, and then we're taking a bus from Zagreb overnight to Budapest,
Oh sure.
Hungary.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, so we're going to yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be in Croatia and in Budapest for my birthday.
That'll
at the same
be
time.
cool.
So it'll be a
Aren't
long
they-
fucking day. but-
You'll be like 7 hours ahead of us, or quite a bit, like 8 hours.
Yeah,
kinda
I think
like
it's
when you were
7.
in Egypt, or so. Your birthday will technically be on Friday, so you could just keep celebrating it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to figure out how to do these chugs because
Yeah.
like when I
Do a
did it.
couple.
Remember when I did it in Egypt? It was technically Saturday when I
Yeah.
did it, but it was Friday in the United States. So I tried to make it line up with the U.S.
I had some difficulties Friday night, so Saturday morning it was, and it worked out perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So Budapest, it's known as the city of springs or, or spas or something like that, and they have a bunch of these natural thermal,
Like the hot
yeah,
springs or-
thermal baths they call them, and they're just like it looks like a bunch of public or like they're really well like decorated, ornate public pools kind of, but they're hot springs, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, so we're doing that, and
Oh, you're gonna have great pictures. I can't wait to see them.
yeah, and then, so we go from there. We take a train. We just stay there a day. We go from Budapest to Vienna, Austria.
Very
So
nice.
and then we're there for a day.
Sausage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vienna
Vienna.
sausage. And then we go from Vienna to Prague. So we go to
Cool.
Czech Republic. So we take a train from there as well, and we're there for a day. And then we fly from Prague to Amsterdam.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so
There
we're
you go.
Amsterdam for 2 days. So we're,
Oh, good. Not
they-
just one.
no, yeah, there's so much stuff I want to do there. I didn't realize the Anne Frank house is there.
I didn't realize that either.
I thought it was in like Warsaw or something.
Yeah,
Unless there's a
somewhere.
museum and I'm wrong, but
Hmm.
let me look it up real quick.
Maybe it's kind of like the Frida here. It's like Frida Kahlo.
Mm-hmm.
She's their house, but there's a museum here, and we have that there, and there's different her school and places like that. So I
Yeah.
will say though, I'm very excited for this trip. I'm excited to not be on it with all the travel, just like when you guys went to Egypt. But I'm excited to go one day, and then you'll have all this planned out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I do these things. It's almost like going on a cruise. I've always kind of a shit on cruises because I'm like, what's the point? You're just going there for like a day or a couple hours or whatever.
Yeah.
But I guess if that's all you do, then yeah, it kind of seems silly. But I like to like kind of scout things out.
Yeah.
So when I took you back to Egypt,
Yeah.
I knew exactly what to do. I could do all the tours myself. I knew how to pay the admissions. I didn't need a guide or anything like that. So
I love that. You knew what I wouldn't want to do and what I would want to do. Like, she's not going to hike out here 5 hours and see this silly lagoon or something, or, we're going to have a nice little plan after that.
Yeah.
So
well, shit, yeah, it was in it's in Amsterdam.
Oh, great.
So yeah, okay, good. Well, that's what I wanted to make
we're
sure.
terrible at our history.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always felt like she was Polish or something, or maybe she was, and just they fled to the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but yeah, there we're gonna do the Van Gogh Museum. We're gonna go to this
so
other.
jealous.
I don't even know how to pronounce this museum, but they have a bunch of Rembrandts there. The Marijuana Museum, the
Ooh.
windmills. There's the Dungeons of Amsterdam Museum.
Nice. Oh, yeah, the windmills. They have windmills
I'm
too.
going on the Heineken tour.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
And then obviously like the canal, like, doing the canal rides and
Very cool.
go by the red light district.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, not going in there, but I just want to like check it out
I
and see
don't
what's
know.
going.
You boys might go in there.
Well, I mean, I guess it's not just prostitutes. Like you can
Yeah.
go to those like
There's clubs and
but there's also like the sex shows, I guess. Like you can go
Yeah.
and pay like to watch people do it on stage, which is kind of I might do it. It's kind of weird, but whatever.
I just had a girlfriend telling me about that, or didn't we have a friend telling us? And we were like, oh, okay, if you went, then we could go.
Actually, maybe we were telling our friends that were just in town, Jared and Brittany, that were just in town.
That's it.
And I think
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
talking about somebody else that had been to Amsterdam, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
And they
She
were
was talking about the shows, like, not a big
Yeah.
deal.
But yeah, I want to see like obviously the weed coffee shops.
Yeah.
I didn't know that like Amsterdam and Belgium, they're all known for their French fries, which I know. I know that they're known for that, but I didn't know that they put all these different toppings on them and stuff. It's
Ooh.
kind of like it's like a funnel cake with French fries. They're just putting all this
I
different
bet
shit
their
on it.
French fries are phenomenal.
Oh, totally.
You're not going to want French fries
Yeah.
here when you come
The
back.
cheese, the Dutch pancakes,
All the food.
yeah,
drinks,
so
the
the tulip
wine.
market. So yeah, Amsterdam's gonna be awesome. So really excited for that. But then from Amsterdam, we're in there for 2 days, and then we come back to Brussels because we're flying out of Brussels. And I was talking to my dad, and I got this kind of idea, and I may regret it, but no, I'm kidding.
I think it's a great idea.
I'm just kidding. It's gonna be a great trip.
No.
But
You
my
kind
dad.
of had this in your back pocket for a minute.
Yeah. My dad was drafted into the military when they enacted the draft. I think it was a Korean War, right?
Right. Thank you for your service, Mark
Yeah.
Hansen.
So they pulled birth dates out of a hat. I guess, I mean, not literally out of a hat, but just random.
Yeah.
And whatever men, I guess, under or over 18 that have registered for the draft who were born on that date have to go into the service.
Yeah.
So my dad, he was the first birthday picked. So we always joke that it's the only time he's ever won the lottery, and it was the
he's
worst
so
lottery.
lucky.
Yeah, worst lottery to win.
Didn't his sister call him? Are you watching the news, or
Yeah,
did you hear the news?
Something like that. He was like, nah, man. Like he was living in California at the time, I
Yeah.
think, or he was hitchhiking from Iowa to California.
to see like a girlfriend at the time. who
Yeah,
said this
or
story.
three.
We're like, Mark,
what-
wow.
Yeah,
And
so-
anyone that's known your dad, he's very nice doctor, nice,
Yeah.
great dad, a sweet little dad.
So he always tells me this story when they were doing the like the intake or the question or something when he was like drafted in the military. They asked him questions, and I always remember he told me one of the questions was, "Would you rather?" Or for like a free weekend, would you rather go hunting or go to the opera?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I probably wouldn't go to the opera, but I know if I say I want to go hunting, I'm going to put my ass on the front lines.
Yep. Do you
So-
like guns or not?
Yeah. So he answered him very intelligently.
Mhm.
So instead of them putting him into like combat, he was, he went through boot camp and everything like that.
Yeah.
But he was stationed in Belgium at I don't know if it's like a mental institution, but it was for like soldiers that had PTSD from the
Yeah.
war.
Like a
So
mental hospital,
he was
probably,
like
yeah.
what are they like not therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever.
Yeah.
One of those guys that talks to the people going through PTSD, and he was like an assistant for them.
Mm-hmm.
So he was stationed in Belgium, and he always tells me about it, how, he learned to ski in the Alps, and he learned photography in his free time there. And he's like, it was that's why Jesus, Tiger. So I just remember him telling me, like, travel while you can, and do like experience what you can, because it's like some of the best times of your life. And I took that to heart. I really enjoy traveling and seeing the world and experiencing different ways of life and stuff. And
Your dad's always been very supportive of like our travels, and because he knows what it's like to travel. That's great.
so anyway, he still talks to some of his friends in Belgium that I don't know if he stayed with a family for a while or if he just met them while being there. So me being over there already, I'm thinking, like, instead of me, and we've always talked about maybe doing a father-son trip sometime to Belgium and, go to the breweries and, meet or seeing his friends and going to some places that he'd been before.
He had just turned 70. so
Yeah.
it's, like,
I asked
kinda
him for when he
milestone.
turned 70 in December, but I don't think the weather was great at the time or something. There's some issue with that. So I was thinking, I was like, I'm already over there. Or over here. I don't know how I
Yeah.
refer to it. I'm here now.
I'm
so,
here.
Yeah. So I'm already in Europe. Would you be interested in coming over, and I can maybe see if I can extend my trip a little bit, and the guys will go back and I'll just stay and we'll do a little father-son trip. And he was like, he wanted to do it, but he was a little worried. He's getting a little bit older and he's worried about traveling that far by himself and stuff. So, but he's like, I don't like, this might be a once in a lifetime opportunity, like YOLO, you only live
YOLO.
once,
Which is not a Mark thing to say,
No,
YOLO,
yeah.
usually.
So he's like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So he booked, and it saves me from having to fly, buy another plane ticket and fly across the
Back
fucking
and back,
ocean again. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you originally were like, for your 70th birthday, let's go. And he was like, no, I don't want to do anything for that birthday.
Yeah.
So this is great.
Yeah. So he is going to fly over and meet me in Brussels when my friends leave.
Yay.
And we're going to spend a couple days there, go to the breweries, go visit some of his friends. And then the other thing he wanted to do is some of our ancestors are from Norway. And so he wants to go see the farm where our ancestors immigrated from.
Very cool.
So
I love your guy's last name. Like Hansen seems like such a simple last name, like Smith or something, but you have such a long lineage of where the name has come from. And I know my family too, we had a longer Greek name, and when they immigrated from Greece, they shortened it, and same thing. But you guys have the whole story. I'm still kind of getting the story from my family. I feel like you have a book, you have multiple family members still around, hey, we're still here. This is what's going on.
Yeah, and I think the way they did it there is you were named after the farm you lived on. So our last name was Farrison, and then Hans, his son, is Hanson. And so then they just named everybody Hans after that. So it was Hans, and then the middle name is Hansen, and then last name Farrison. So it was Hans Hansen Farrison. So it was that.
There's a formula to
yeah,
the
just
names.
for every. So we're looking to go to this Farrison farm. I've been talking to my dad. I'm like, are we sure this is the right farm? I don't want to just go up to Norway and visit some other dude's farm or something.
What if everybody's last name is Ferris?
Yeah, who
There's
knows?
Everyone's a Smith, everyone's a Johnson or something.
But now, yeah. So we're looking to figure out some other things to do up there. But anyway, so we're staying in Brussels for a couple days, and then we go up to Norway for a few days, and see some of our heritage, and then we come back to Brussels, and then we go back. So
Nice.
I'm gone 3 weeks now.
I'm missing you already.
Aw,
I'm gonna miss
appreciate
you.
it.
Tiger gets mad when one of us leave for too long. He's gonna be pissed once he realizes that you're gone for
I know.
a week, 2
Take good
weeks.
care of him. I'm so worried when he's older.
We'll be nice and safe. I
Okay,
know.
good.
That's another. I'm sure other people feel that way. How long is too long to leave your older pet? But then you have to live your
Yeah.
life. We have to live our lives.
Yeah, well, and that's usually why we bring him a lot of
Yeah.
places is
Or try
because,
to.
I mean, not only just getting older, but we've had a very heartbreaking experience with Pharaoh when he passed because
R.I.P. Pinky.
actually it's been 2 years, 2 years.
July. Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll
in
be
July.
2 years.
Because now,
Now,
because
yeah.
we went
July.
to San Diego for my birthday,
Mhm.
and on the way back is when we found out that he had passed suddenly. So that was extremely heartbreaking. So
Ugh. An hour before we could
I
get
know.
there. It
Oh
was
my
just,
God.
yeah. We won't go into all that.
yeah,
but yes.
anyway, that's why
I will keep him safe.
Yes, please. So that we're concerned about leaving our dog for too long.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
Greece was probably the longest us both have left him, and this will be the longest you and I will be apart, and you and Tiger will be apart.
12 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. What are you gonna do? Any plans?
Oh,
I mean, I know no projects. We're very aware of that.
no projects. I already covered that. No, just some. I've already alerted all the girls in the neighborhood. We're gonna have some girl time and wine and beach and sun, and I like the simple things. So
Okay, good.
I'll
No,
be
you'll have a good time.
Pool time.
And I'm you're so self-sufficient now, because we figured out Mexico together. I don't have any worry about you, oh, is she going to be able to, go get the laundry done or get the water or go
Yeah,
grocery
okay,
shopping
yay.
or anything like that. I know your way around, and you're very good with, just kind of doing our daily life activity. So
Yeah. And
you'll be fine.
If I need help, I got amigas and amigos around here that will help us for sure.
We have plenty of friends now, so it's not a concern.
I'm excited. I'm going to try and work on some more Spanish too.
Yeah.
I'm really going to focus on that.
Mhm. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
But I'm really excited for you and the guys on this trip for your 40th. Of course, when you said, you care if I go on a big trip with the guys? Of course. It's your 40th. It's a milestone. Live it up. And I'm really excited for you and your dad. It's going to be,
Yeah. Yeah, it'll
really
be
good memories.
Definitely. All right. Well, that is it. Hopefully, follow along on our social media at Hanson's on Hiatus and me at DigiDude Nate. I'll be posting up all my stuff. So
that's how I tracked you last time. Well, paid attention to show your travel last time when you went to Egypt, because we were on different times.
Mhm.
So I'm going to bed, you're getting up and on a hot air balloon or whatever. So it made me feel good. You'd update your Instagram stories a lot, and I check and be like, okay, he's alive.
Yeah.
They're doing this, they're doing that. I'm good.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm excited for the rest of the trip and spend some time with my dad. Should be great. But let's get to some listener questions.
Okay.
Lex?
Sounds good to me. All right. First listener question. I saw you're going on a trip soon. How do you pack for a long vacation? And that's from Sam S.
Oh, yeah.
Good question.
That is a good question. Yeah, we've definitely, I think, mastered the art of packing.
Master packers.
Yeah. So first of all, I mean, just a couple tips. I would say if you're doing like any kind of thing like this, like, or whether it's Greece or whatever, multiple locations, get a hiking pack.
Yeah.
Do not get a suitcase. The wheels are bullshit.
Ugh.
They're heavy. They're hard to carry around, especially if you get, like we were saying, if you can't check into a hotel yet or whatever, you have to walk around town a little bit with your bag.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be super bulky, and you want to be able to carry it.
We saw a lot of people struggling in Greece with wheelie bags, and we were like,
Yeah. But the way we've packed, we've figured out, obviously, like we were saying, we've downsized and downsized and downsized.
Less is always more.
Yeah. And I saw some really good advice. And if you don't know who Rick Steves is, he's like this really good travel guy. He has all these awesome books and videos about Europe and, everywhere.
Yeah.
And I saw a post he made about packing, basically. And he said, pack for the best case scenario and buy yourself out of occasional jams. And that's like some of the best advice that I've tried to follow is
I like
just
that.
when you're packing, pack to like, don't give yourself options. I used to always give what if what if it gets cold or if it gets warm or whatever. Pack what you think it's going to be like. Look at the weather, plan, not down to like the outfit or whatever, but plan your days. Like, okay, I'm going to bring 3 pairs of this, 3 pairs of that, 3 pairs of this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need something, you can buy it. Unless you're in like the jungle or something.
Yeah.
Like, don't bring all this bullshit just in case.
Yeah.
Like, you got to like plan for the things you will need. And if you need them, then you can buy them. And, rather than lug something or a bunch of things to another country and through 8 or 9 countries that you don't need. And then you're like, shit, why did I even fucking bring it?
Exactly. That's like a lot. You think, oh, what if I need something simple like Tums or a Band-Aid or this or that? Guess what? You can get that at the airport. You can get it anywhere. And most of the time, I'm guilty of it too. I drag stuff along with me, and then I have like soggy Band-Aids by the end of my trip because I didn't even need them, or the Tums is ruined, or this or that. Just you can buy things anywhere.
Yeah. And the other advice is pack, like, let's say you're gone for 3 months, pack the same way you would pack for 3 weeks that you would for 3 months.
Right.
Because when you're gone that long, I mean, even like I'm gone for 3 weeks, I'm not bringing 3 weeks worth of clothes.
Yeah.
I bring 6 days worth of clothes, and I do laundry.
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of laundry services, just like in Mexico. You just take it there, they wash it, dry it, fold it, and then you go pick it up later and you get it back.
Or self-service.
Yeah, and I know some people are like, I don't want to like waste my time on vacation doing laundry. It's like an hour, and you're wasting more time lugging all your shit around, waiting for a checked bag and maybe losing it or whatever. Don't worry about it. Just it's not that big. And if you're planning your vacation so tight you don't have a spare hour to wash your fucking clothes, then
there's a bigger
problem. But honestly, a lot of the times what we did with this trip, I planned our Airbnbs and hotels around laundry. So 6 days in, I booked an Airbnb with a washer dryer in it. So I don't have to go to a laundromat. I just pop it in there, like our place in Mexico City that we always rent. They have a washer dryer. Just pop it in there. You go do your things during the day. It's done when you get back.
And I will say too, like, I'm sure girls are more guilty of this,
right.
But you pack things like, oh, I'm going somewhere different and fun. I'm going to wear this dress I've never worn, or these pants I've, used to not fit in, or something like that.
Yeah.
I always do the same thing. I put it in there and go, I'm never going to wear this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wear it. Bring the things that you wear. We wear the same things, that we're comfortable, our basics,
Exactly.
anything that you can like mix and match, super easy.
Yeah, exactly. And
Don't bring the ball gown you never wear and you think you're gonna wear it on the beach and look all sexy and cool. It's like, no, you don't need that.
And like I did the other day, like I try on my clothes before I leave. Like if it's something, I'm like, because I don't normally wear like dress shirts or long sleeve button ups or whatever, but I have them. So instead of packing them without even like, I tried a couple of them on. I'm like, oh, this one last time I washed it shrunk weird, or
I forgot how this fit.
Yeah, or this one has like a hole in it. I totally forgot about it. I just kept it because I'm like, oh, I'll fix it later or whatever. Yeah. So those things that you don't normally wear, try them on before you leave.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Yeah, so that's basically it. But yeah, you don't have to plan like the same thing. If you're gone for a week, pack for 3 days.
Yeah,
it's so much better to not have so much bullshit with you.
So much.
It's really nice.
Another thing too, if you overpack, you can't buy gifts and things.
Yeah.
You can't buy little trinkets, or you might want a hat and then, oh, I already bought 4 hats. Why do I need another hat to lug around? So, makes it nice.
Yeah, totally. And pro tip, what we do sometimes is we have a bag from a duty free store that we've like bought something from before. Mm-hmm. We bring that with us. And then when we have maybe too much shit to bring back, put your like
tennis shoes,
souvenirs or whatever it is in the duty free bag. So then you have your carry on, and then they don't charge, like they don't look at the duty free bag because they think you bought it in the airport.
Yes.
So,
but then take it out of the duty free bag before you come back into Mexico Customs, because they got me last time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I was like, there's no duty free things in here.
Dirty laundry.
It's just it was literally my shoes and like a jacket. They're like, okay, sorry.
All right, that was a good question,
Sam.
Sam.
Yeah.
All right.
Packing's definitely a big point.
And the next one.
All right, next question. What's the one thing that you can't live without on your travels? And that's from Brett R. That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, mine's not super exciting. I would say my phone. Well, yeah.
Let's say without the phone. That's a given. Everyone's got a phone.
I mean, I wouldn't even say live without, but some of the things that I forget to bring that are very useful is, especially if you're renting a car, bring a phone mount.
Oh yeah, we've needed that quite a bit.
And a cigarette lighter, like plug in, like a phone charger.
Yeah.
Because if you rent a car somewhere and you don't know where you're going, you want to have your phone for the directions. Mm-hmm. But if you don't want to be in a city that you don't know where you're at, and then trying to like hold your phone and drive and look at it, and then your phone dies or whatever. So having that, I have a little tiny car mount. It's just like it stretches open and goes on the little like air vent thing.
Yeah.
And perfect. So
and that's something like you said, you could say, oh, I'll buy it there. But we've looked some places. Those are hard to find sometimes. You'll have them at the gas station counter, like a Walmart. But if you don't have a nicer gas station or a bigger store, then those are kind of hard to find.
Yeah. So yeah, those are kind of like little things that you might not think about.
Yeah.
But you can bring.
I don't know what I would say. Mine, like my main thing of packing is my toiletry bag. I want my specific face wash or face lotion. I can't just use whatever. You don't care. You'll use anybody's shampoo, anybody's soaps and stuff. But I like my basic little face wash. So I've invested in tiny little containers that I can just keep refilling and then we take everywhere. And I'm actually getting better at just having a, like, what do you call it? Like a bug out bag, like ready to go. Like my toiletry bag is already filled, ready to go every time.
Yeah.
I don't even have to think about it.
And another thing for the airport, just an empty water bottle.
Yes.
Because most of the airports have refilling stations now. Instead of buying like a $14 bottle of water, bring your own bottle with you. And, that's empty, of course. Yeah. So when you get through security, you can just fill it up and you'll have water on the plane.
Yeah. And we have our own little kind of cups, Yeti cups and things that we've traveled with. Kind of don't even like those. Just grab an empty water bottle and shove it in your bag. And it's so much easier. Because then if you lose it or want to throw it away, you don't feel bad.
Yeah. Or, depending on what your vacation is, but koozies. Those are good, especially if it's like some kind of beach or tropical type vacation. It's nice to have something. Yeah, you can bring your Yeti, but it's kind of bulky and stuff. So
that's my best friend. She's big on koozies and straws. Any of the, not like plastic, but like the reusable silicone straws. A lot of places in, anywhere near the beach, they don't give you straws anymore. So I know you're not going there, but it's nice to have,
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, those are just a couple little things that, also, not live without, but this is probably my favorite gadget, is a luggage scale.
Yes, we love that.
So if you haven't seen them before, it's like a little electronic thing, maybe the size of what? Like a stapler or something.
Yeah.
And it has a little chain on it with a hook. and then there's a digital display on it, and you hook the chain through your like handle for your suitcase, and then you can weigh it. So that's great.
It's got
when
pounds, kilograms, all the things.
yeah, and so it's great like when you're coming back. When you're going there, you should kind of already know. Maybe you can stand on your scale at home or whatever. We still use it at home.
Yeah.
But when you're packing and you've already accumulated some items from your vacation, you might not know how much your bag weighs. And if you're very close to the baggage limit, the lifesaver, total lifesaver to know like, okay, I'm like 0.2 pounds over or a pound over. I need to take some stuff out. So you don't get to the airport and you're that guy like throwing his underwear everywhere on the floor, trying to like, like put them all on, buddy.
Shoving shoes in your pockets and stuff. I always feel so bad when I see people doing that.
Wearing 14 carnigans, like, hey, what's up? How you doing?
I feel like we're such jerks too. We're like, someone didn't pack one.
Yeah, exactly.
Your dad actually got that for us. That was a Mark gift. And then I think we bought them for everyone, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. So,
but great questions.
Yeah, good question, Brett. All right, Lex, you ready for the Mexican slang of the day?
I'm ready. Let's get it.
Today's Mexican slang of the day is buena onda.
Buena onda.
Yeah,
Okay.
you might be able to work this one
I know,
out.
like buena dias, like a good day, or buena onda. No, I don't know what the.
I mean, you know,
onda
like
means.
que onda.
Oh, true.
We've
Like,
done que
what's
onda
up?
before.
How are you?
Yeah, que onda is like a slang for like what's up, like que pasó, you know, like how's it going, what's up.
So good. What's up?
Yeah, well, this one actually, you may not be able to pick it out.
Okay.
So, buena onda is a phrase that was like coined in the 60s, I guess. And it means like good vibes, groovy, or cool.
Oh, okay, that's. I mean, good. Like, what's up, or good.
Yeah, like good vibe.
Good
like,
vibes,
so
good
that's
things.
onda can mean that. So you could say like, mi papa es buena onda.
Ah,
Yeah, mi papa es buena onda. It's like, my dad is groovy.
cool.
So I think it's kind of, you know, like they were saying, it's coined in the 60s,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
probably like groovy, man.
cool, good
Yeah.
vibes. Buena
Yeah,
onda.
it's like I hear a lot of people when you say que onda, they just say onda back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
so it's like how are you, and they might just say when they're saying it back like cool, you know, good,
Yeah.
I'm good, good
Okay.
vibes.
So now we'll go to the beach and be like, buena onda.
Yeah, buena onda. I
Very
like it.
cool. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So all right, good one to have.
There you go.
As usual, thank you so much for the 2%ers who are subscribers. We super appreciate it.
Just gracias.
Thank you for supporting the podcast network. Please tell your friends and family and coworkers and maybe your dog if he has a credit card.
Yeah.
But
Tell 'em all.
Yeah, tell them all. But before we get out of here, Lex, you got anything?
I just want to say happy birthday to you again. Happy 40th. It's such a fun big birthday.
Yeah.
So have fun. I hope you're having a great time, and please come home safe.
Thank you. Thank you for being cool with me going on my boys trip.
Of course, get it.
Yeah. All right. Happy Friday, fuckers.
Happy Friday, fuckies.
That's it. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now. Bye.